Let's rock.
Let's rock.
Hello.
We're back.
Can anyone around here say back?
Cool.
It's the Confederacy of Dunks Basketball Podcast.
Hello and bonjour. Welcome to the Confederacy of Dunks Basketball Podcast. The interesting Foley you heard during the song was Matt saying, "We're back."
Yeah.
I think there was
As
maybe
we
a
are.
sigh by Roger.
There sounded like a
who's
groan
show.
on the phone. Yeah. Little groan on the phone.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's good.
Matt sounded like Joe Pesci in Lethal Weapon 3.
Honestly, that's not a bad voice
That's not a
comparison.
Joe Pesci you get to see very much, so I appreciate that.
That's a fun Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
We are a fan podcast. We talk about Raptors, NBA, but we're pretty freaking insightful. TBH,
Huge. Yeah.
So even if I don't have access to the bowels of the ACC, I still got a version of the scoop. Okay,
A seasoned seat holder's
That's right.
bird's eye.
but
You've got scoop of enough bowels.
that's right. But Matt, what's your full name? By the way, if you're at home, give it up for Matt. He got married.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, everybody's just snap your fingers. My name's Matthew James Duncan, and I'm the producer. And this is usually where I tell you that you can go to dunkspodcast.com.
Yes.
And we have all our links there for iTunes and Stitcher and Spotify. We've got the YouTube thing going, and we also got, should we tell them a little bit?
Let's tease it a bit.
Tease it a little bit. We have set up a Patreon. We have finally
I'm
done
currently
it.
previewing it.
Yeah.
We're gonna make 4 tiers.
Yeah, we've
So
got
if you
some-
have any suggestions for tiers, let me know.
Yeah.
Masai has to be the top tier,
Yeah,
obviously. So we're about to blow up the Patreon world.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Jordan
huge.
Peterson, we're coming for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna out earn you real quick. Cool. Shall we get popping here?
Let's
or
get
what?
popping. We're back.
Okay, let's bring on guest number
back.
1.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. I thought somehow you had recorded yourself earlier
I
saying
think I can do that. I got to figure out. I think I can.
Yeah. Well, take it easy on
All
the
right.
looping.
Yeah,
All
all right.
We got enough silly Matt sound effects already.
Cheers.
Guest number 1. He's hilarious. He's an amazing sketch comedian, Second City alum, This Hour alum,
Tony Ho.
Tony Ho,
George Brown.
George Brown,
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
I mean, George Brown alumni.
He's also a hardcore Wizards fan, and I think even with Wall getting injured, I don't think he's given it up because that's how he rolls. Give it up at home for Roger Bainbridge.
How's it going?
Great.
Yes.
Whoa.
Oh, man. Is that like some Double Dragon music?
Yeah, this seems definitely like 8-bit, but like the 8-bit characters are like sexy. What's up,
messed
dude?
up.
Thanks for joining us on the pod.
Yeah.
My pleasure. Always got to come out and represent Rui Hachimura.
Hey, Rui is a ROI candidate in my opinion.
Yeah,
Whoa.
man.
Anybody want a hot take?
I don't know that I'd go that far, but he looked good in Summer League for sure.
I just think he's going to show up and they're like, okay, we know you're a rookie, but if you don't mind, we'd like you to play 40 minutes a game and take 40 shots a game.
Wow.
Yeah. He's definitely going to have ample opportunity. That is for sure.
Okay, let's bring on guest number 2.
Yeah.
He's in studio with us. He's hilarious. He's an amazing stand-up. Also, can I say? We'll cut it if I can't. He's engaged.
You could say that.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess why? Yeah, if that was a secret, that would be like a troubling secret.
I've been engaged for
I'll
months.
beep it. I'll bleep it out.
Yeah, he's amazing. We agree on almost everything in basketball, so I feel like I'm always searching for what we don't agree on. But I'm not that type of podcast anyway. So if that's what you want, forget about you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Give it up at home for Yaw Attuah.
I love this theme music.
Yeah, this is a good one.
The best.
This is just genitals out on the beach, you know?
Welcome to Hanlon's Point.
Ooh, I think that's what we named the song.
This feels like a ringtone or something that I would use as my alarm for like 2 days, and I'd be like, no, gotta get rid of that.
Yeah, at the end of those 2 days, you're like,
remarkably consistent. And it's been on, I think, almost all my appearances on this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's
No, yeah, I
amazing.
keep a catalog for all you guys.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
Yaw, how you doing? You ready for some, I guess, training camp / media day / the season's almost here takes?
I like the pre-season takes. I'm very ready. Some things in the news have upset me. We'll talk about those.
Good. Okay, let's
also props to Roger staying with your team, even though they're the hottest of hot garbage right now.
Yep.
But
What you got to do?
Hey.
Oh, I couldn't. I watched like a quarter of the games last year, and it just got to be too painful. Like it was rough.
I feel like I should send you like a teddy bear, some sort of the whole.
Like, I mean, it's nice to see everyone realizing that Bradley Beal is as amazing as he is. But,
I said this years ago, though. He's gonna net you guys quite the haul in draft picks come.
Or if you're like a hardcore Wizards fan, maybe he stays and wins a ring.
Yeah, maybe that's gonna happen. I feel like you guys should just enjoy those like 3 first rounders you're gonna end up getting for him.
Wow,
Man, oh man.
Wow, Yaw dishing some freaking hard truths here. Maybe some Wiz fans think they're gonna make the playoffs, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start talking some Raptors ball. Maddie, would you give me that Raptors sting?
let me hear you.
When I say Bobby, you say Webster. Bobby.
Webster.
Bobby.
Webster.
It's
A
good.
slight pause between the two.
Yeah.
Just makes it awkward enough.
I think people like that we sound like we're in pain when we say Webster.
Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare that Masai has.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Masai's like running like along like he doesn't know which side of the Don Valley he's on.
Yeah.
You know, he hears the echoing like Bobby Webster.
Then he turns around like 3 or 4 times, stumbles, and then keeps going at a higher pace.
What were you gonna say, Roger?
No, that covers it, man.
Honestly, I feel like I know what you were gonna say, and it was probably similar to those 2 jokes. Okay, let's hit up Roger here first. So I'm in my head. This is like the year of plenty spice. So we're gonna see, we're gonna have some like baby deer moments with Pascal. There's going to be some like just incredibly dominant moments. But I think we're going to see what type of player, he really kind of rounds into. I think this year is going to be more telling about what he looks like permanently than I think perhaps last year. And yeah, this is just kind of like an open-ended question, but like what way, if you could choose how he develops, and don't worry too much about player comps if you don't have a player comp. But yeah.
Well, I will say this, and I'll go back to Bradley Beal as an example, right? Because so John Wall goes out, and all of a sudden now he is the number 1. He's the alpha, and I think there was about like 7 games there when that first happened, where all of a sudden he was just blowing up. He was exploding, like having like 50-point games, and because teams just weren't ready for that, they didn't know that he had that in him. And it was great. And then they all figured, if we just throw doubles at him, he doesn't know what to do yet.
Right.
Like, he's just not used to that kind of game. He's not used to how to get out of that and how to pass out of that. And so I think we're going to see a lot of defenses. They're ready for him now. They know to look for him now, and they know that he's going to be the number 1 scoring option. So I think there's going to be, obviously, some growing pains. And I think people are going to have to be patient with that. But hopefully he is working with someone who's going to really teach him how to be effective for passing out of those doubling situations, because I think that's how they're going to trap him the most and really throw him off and fluster his game.
Oh man, I absolutely could not agree more. Like I think his Pascal in the open floor is going to be much like Simmons in the open floor, Giannis in the open floor.
Man.
He's just going to light people up, And I
100%,
think
like him and Gasol and Lowry, right? Like they get that outlet passing going. Like that's always going to be their deadliest weapon, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, I think we even saw against Philly, they were like, hey, Pascal, hit the corner three. Oh, you can't? Yep. Great. And I think that's what happens when you get to the playoffs and you're like a star player and people are throwing doubles at you. They know, if you're slightly worse at one thing, they will make you do that. And I think Pascal's going to get a hell of a lot more doubles, and he's going to have to dribble the ball better than he ever has, and make early good decisions. I think we have the playmaking on the team to kind of help him. But I'll jump over to you. Yeah, what's how would you like to see Pascal develop? Are you kind of with me and Roger?
I really
passing.
I feel like part of his development is actually going to be the team shooting. Like if the team's shooting the lights out, like we were in the finals, of like Van Vliet's shooting well, Lowry's shooting well, OG comes back, he's shooting well. Then the development that hurdle is going to be a little bit easier, just because like it's just going to be hard to stop. As soon as Siakam has some space, he kind of dominates, right?
Yeah.
He just needs like 2 feet before he operates with that spin move of his, or pulls up or something along those lines. I think you guys echo what I was more afraid of. Like people are going to scheme for him now. That means like there's no person ahead of him.
Yeah, he's going to have some 5 turnover games.
He's going to, and it's part of it, and it's going to be growing pains. I think the Raptors will figure out a little bit faster than I think people expect. Only because they have had experience doing it. They've had experience without playing without Kawhi. The only difference is there's people have grossly kind of underestimated what Danny Green did on defense. But for the most part, offensively, they played without Kawhi with him as an option. They just didn't double him. So now he's just got to get used to those doubles. And I'm sure like most of those guys have hit the gym pretty hard from the videos I've seen out in LA and those pickup games that they're having with each other. They're going back and forth. I just don't. I think this. It all depends. Like if the shots are falling early in a season, it's going to be remarkable. If not, it's going to be exactly what you guys expect. It's going to take him a while to just kind of adjust. But if those shots are falling, like if we start off the year hot and we start off the year like 4-0, 5-0. And like Siakam's averaging like 25 and Lowry's averaging 18, OG's averaging 16. The conversation there's a lot of ifs, yes. There's a lot of ifs, but like I just feel like a lot of Siakam's development is gonna depend on how well the rest of the team is shooting.
Something that's not as much of an if though. Like usually it's not hard for the Raptors to have a good fall. They usually open the seasons pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah,
well, they start off pretty tough. New Orleans, that first game with New Orleans is a pretty tough game considering like how many eyes are going to be there.
I think though, the Raptors franchise kind of has its own version of like the San Antonio Spurs like rodeo trip.
Yes.
We know at the beginning of the season we're going to have a bunch of long kind of difficult Western Conference road trips. And I think, somewhere in the middle of Casey's reign, he kind of started to like put that into the planning and being like, okay, as opposed to being like a Sam Mitchell squad where all of a sudden we're 10-16 and the coach gets fired on the road. Like this is the time of the year where you have to do pretty well because the rest of the year is going to be kind of like cruise control.
Right.
And it was extra hard last year with Kawhi, but that's kind of like, I've been thinking about Pascal a lot and I feel like it's not like anyone's jumping the gun. Like Pascal's clearly the guy, but I do think that for a little bit, and who knows, maybe it's a month, maybe it's the whole year, but I think at least for a little while, Lowry's going to have some of like, no, I'm better than Pascal still. I'm going to shoot more. I'm going to run more plays. And early on in the season, people are going to be reminded that I was the second best player in the playoffs, not Pascal. Even though I don't know if I agree with that, I just feel like Lowry's. I don't know if Lowry is going to stay at the same usage rate he was with Kawhi, or if he'll treat Pascal in the same way, or if that's what the teams need. So, I mean, speaking of a lot of ifs, but I think to start the season, I wouldn't be shocked to see Lowry, kind of at least be our team captain, even if he's not our best player.
He is the team leader. I think that'll always be the case. I think everything goes through him.
Yeah.
Again, I said a bunch of ifs, but like most of those ifs can be solved by just Lowry shooting and playing well. And defensively, they're still stacked, and I think that's going to solve a lot of problems.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do some media day. Roger, I'll start with you again.
All right.
I don't know if you watched any Raptors media day or if you heard anything, but
different vibe.
I heard the sad quote from Masai.
Wait, what was that?
Oh, just where he was like, last year I was here with Kawhi and Danny, and now I'm here alone.
Yeah.
Oh, did he say it?
Did he say that?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I missed that, but it's cute.
Shout out to like Masai's most honest moments.
Stresses and pauses are my own, but
oh, that's incredible. Like he just
that's the thing.
Imagine he goes through the whole thing. He does like the whole fake laugh.
Yeah.
Wow, Masai, this is pretty sad, dude.
I guess he couldn't have done he couldn't have done a second interview with the Larry OB right there. They're like, I'm not alone today.
Yeah.
Got this guy right here.
See, I think that there should be so much more of that. I think like as a way to kind of like punk, the rest of the kind of NBA media.
Yeah.
It would be different if you were like the Clippers or you were the Nuggets and you're like, we never get any respect. Because someone could always at some point be like, you gotta win. But since we won, I think it should be like, oh, you don't respect us? Sorry, I only answer to the word champion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think Raptors fans and Raptors personnel should just be like, until I'm no longer the champion, I'm being a dick. I mean, not to each other, and be kind to your neighbor. Obviously,
be kind to your neighbor.
Be kind to your neighbor. But I think they
should put that on the banner.
Yeah, what? Be kind to your neighbor.
Yeah, 2018, 2019 champions. Be kind to your neighbor.
I mean, that would be a nice Canadian move.
That'd be very Canadian. I don't want to see it though. I like the whole like they should be. Listen, you know how like Tristan Thompson. Beginning of last year was like, we're the Eastern Conference champs. Everything still has to go through us, and everyone just basically laughed them off.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like that. It's not the same.
No, it's realer for us.
For us, it's like we're a better team than Cleveland was in the same spot. Yep. We won, like we have a chip, so we're the NBA champion. Things actually, like that's going to be the title for the year. No one cares about.
So I didn't actually get to my question, but I feel like we're already there. I'll start with you, Yaw, even though I said I was going to start with you, Roger.
That's all right.
Yaw, everyone's pissed at media day or sad. Are you pissed? Or how do you feel about this?
Part of me is a little annoyed, but we were also like down, like we were counted out at the beginning last year too. Everything was all questions. What if? Like we're doing the same thing here. I think we have a strong squad. We had like a strong supporting cast of people who just like showed up in big spots last year. Mm-hmm. I think that's the big difference between like, I use the Cleveland comparison, but between us and Cleveland, like none of those guys that weren't LeBron showed up in a big spot like during LeBron's run, which is why he had to leave. We're like in our run, like even though like, come on, we all knew Kawhi was the Finals MVP, but like VanVleet got a vote.
Hubie Brown
has beef. Lowry showed up in the finals and just took over in that last game. The beginning of the game was like, we're winning today.
Yep.
So what you're saying is like, we did it, like Kawhi did it all by himself, and
Kawhi was
and no one deserves any love.
Kawhi was the clear best player with a strong supporting cast that all showed up at different times in big spots.
But surely he could have won a championship with a D-League team. Roger, are you angry about all this disrespect, or are you like, hey, this is what it's like to be a Raptor fan?
I think, I assume largely a lot of what's fueling this is there was those two predictions, right? Those two that were up on the Gimme Some board.
Those are the biggest ones. And then I think...
Because that's...
Didn't someone pick the Raptors to be 8th?
Yeah,
to project that the Raptors wouldn't place in a top 8 seed is insane.
It is insane.
It's absolutely insane, and it's absolutely disrespectful. And it's one of those things where you go like, kind of like, what? Are you just trying to be like Skip Bayless or something? Like, are you trying to just get attention with your assholism?
I think honestly, a lot of people troll the Raptors fan base. I think the marketing strategy on the Raptors is to troll us, honestly. And I think it works. That's
the only thing I can think of, because it's ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous.
To say the Bulls are going to make that big of a leap.
The Hawks. He had the Hawks on that list.
The Hawks are going to make that big of a leap.
So are you guys really telling me that Wendell Carter Jr. isn't better than anyone on the Raptors? No, okay. You know what? I feel like I wrote this question down because I am pissed. And it's not because I thought that we were going to get a ton of respect after being the champions.
Oh, I knew that.
It's because we have such a dynamic and interesting team that's been a part of a larger, nuanced, just like incredible road to being a champion. And I want the Raptors teams, let's say this is the only championship we win. I want the 3 seasons before and the 3 seasons after the championship to be treated as like a historic time, because it is. So, if the basketball story is being told in 100 years, the first time it was won in another country, I mean, I could rattle off the amount of unique things of this championship.
Yep.
And I think the kind of this era we're in of transactions and rumored transactions mattering more than on-court play.
The player movement era.
Yeah, I'm sounding like a rap old head, but I do think there is an aspect of of people not caring about what happens on the court. And the Raptors are a really dynamic, interesting team that are so much than just a vehicle for Kawhi.
I feel like
that's my take.
Well, when you talk about the player movement era, there's a couple of things that there's an issue. One, you have daily news, and then people fill the daily news with nonsense. That's why freaking, what's his name on Fox? Skip. And those guys talk about the same damn teams every time, and they basically have to the Knicks got more airtime last year than they've ever deserved, because they haven't fielded a good team in a decade. They always talked about LeBron and the Lakers, even though LeBron wasn't in the game and he was hurt, and the Lakers weren't worth talking about outside of him. The Raptors are going to be disrespected by the media. We still have a Christmas game, so
yeah, I know it's true.
After
good point.
After Kawhi left, so I don't feel like we're completely disrespected. But
who gave Raptors respect was 2K. Raptors got decent showing in 2K this year.
Wait, I haven't played any 2K. So wait, sorry, Roger, just give me who got was it they think Pascal's good?
They ranked Lowry really well. All the players on it got really good ratings.
I mean, we're kind of sorry.
No, I'm just, as you play through the game, Raptors are there. They treat the Raptors the way that you should when the team has just won a championship.
Yeah, and I feel like we can carry that. I was a little annoyed by it, but I'm not surprised by it, because we're everyone's you need a star, you need 2 stars to win a championship. Mm-hmm. You clearly proved last year you don't. Last year everyone's you need a 3rd star, you need 3 stars, or you need 4 stars. Whatever, people besides a genius, you'll figure out a way to win.
Yeah.
My only thought is to think the Raptors, their 8 teams better than the Raptors is insane. It's utterly insane.
It's bonkers. It's stupid. It's someone who, I don't know. They obviously get paid to talk about basketball.
The leap they feel like Trae Young is going to make. and the leap they think the Bulls are going to make.
Yeah, I think it's more about just kind of like a casual disrespect and a disinterest. And that's kind of what I was like.
They're doubling down. They're doubling down on being angry that like someone that they found it boring that they won. Like,
yes, that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like I feel like there isn't a general interest in the Raptors. So when we have a good, exciting player, it's kind of like unfortunate. Like I saw, should the Raptors trade Pascal rumor article this year?
Yeah, that was.
And it's like you don't see should the Celtics trade Tatum articles.
No,
you know what I mean.
And in theory, they probably should be.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's keep going here.
I feel like anytime a big player, they go like this could go somewhere. Like Tatum always comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what it is though.
I mean the way it was framed. It was like
right. It was almost it's not like Tatum isn't always discussed as a chip though.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
But in the same time, they're not looking at Boston as like, well, they need to kickstart this.
Exactly.
Like, they're looking at Toronto where they're like, we need to kickstart this. Maybe they should trade Siakam. Should
we pull this star out of this crater of a team?
That's right. And I think like just so I want to show people I'm not like just Raptors bias. I think that I'm gonna actively on this podcast this year not talk about Giannis off the court, because I think every podcast we all listen to for the next year, maybe two, is going to be trying to talk Giannis into Golden State or into LA or into Boston or out of Milwaukee. So I'm going to do my best to like talk about like the Bucks and how exciting Giannis is on the court. Because I think, I mean, obviously people are interested in that sort of thing, but it just kind of takes away from like how good the Bucks are going to be this year or whatever.
Here, speaking of that,
enjoy the games.
Exactly.
Speaking of that, I just like
old head Fred.
Yes,
that's what's up.
and media. I just think it's funny because every year they talk about how they need teams in the two big markets being New York and LA, and no LA teams made the playoffs. And Brooklyn made the playoffs, but the league was fine, and ratings were fine. Toronto won a championship, and everyone remembers.
It's lazy writers.
It's the laziest thing is talking about how you need to be in a big market, especially in this era where you can just have a house in LA and go back and forth like most players do.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and spend your American money here in Canada.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep it moving on. Raptor stuff. Roger.
Yo.
OG and Anunoby. He seems confident as hell. He was like
we're getting this from Media Day?
We're getting this from Media Day. But I mean, I've said this a bunch of times. I remember, posing this question last summer, who was going to have a better breakout year, OG or Pascal? And I wasn't alone. People, I mean, obviously no one can say that they expected Pascal to be.
I'm pretty sure you asked me and I picked OG.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty certain of it. I also said it because I said he was backing up Kawhi and he can learn a lot from him. So
yeah,
I thought
he's going to have a lot of pressure.
So yeah, what's a fair expectation of OG this year? Like
are you talking about cold numbers, rational, or are you talking like
either or? Like like he's a everyday starter. Or I can run off his stats really quick. He was.
I think Nurse is going to play with the lineups a lot. I think it's going to be very similar to last year. I think you're going to see a lot of lineup changes, and so I think it's going to be hard for OG to have regular starting minutes.
Right.
I think there's going to be a lot of swapping between him and Norm. So yeah, it's gonna be hard to say. Like I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be that. I think Yaw was saying something like 16 points. I do not see. All due respect, I don't see that happening.
So just for the listeners, I'll do a very quick recap. So year 1 and 2, ages 20 and 21, he averaged 20 minutes a game and 20.2 minutes a game. So same amount. He went from 6 points in his rookie year to 7 points in his sophomore year. And his rebounds are 2.5 to 3, less than 1 assist a game, less than a steal a game, barely averages even a percentage of a block. And his overall percentages are not bad. But
I would say if he averaged 12 points a game, that would be an astronomical leap from probably, it
would be 6 points, 7 points, 12 points would be pretty significant.
When did he last play?
He last played,
April?
Shortly before the playoffs. He played 67 last year and 74 in his first year.
Okay.
And I forget, what was it? Was it a sports hernia or what did he do?
He had an appendix burst.
His appendix burst.
Appendix burst.
And then
I knew it was
dad
like some
passed
kind
away.
of. I knew it was some kind of torso operation. Yeah.
So he had he was left the team for personal reasons, and his appendix burst, and then there was an infection past his appendix.
Yeah, I think OG is gonna, as always, be like very useful and effective on the defensive end. I just really don't see there being a big offensive blooming. I would love to see it. I really like watching him, and I like it when he can actually knock it down from the corner. But it's I wouldn't be putting my money on it.
Okay, but if we had individual chants, like for players, like they do in soccer, would a good one for him be cut those sideburns? and then he could do, he'd always be looking up and like, I don't have it. Was that Daryl Strawberry?
That was Don Mattingly.
Yeah, Don
Mattingly. What's like a rational, what's the most likely outcome for
You're asking
OG
me for rational? I don't do rational.
Okay, no, idealistic then.
No, I do. I'm going to disagree. He's going to be our day one starter. I feel like that's.
Wow, I like it.
He's like he's longer than Norm.
Okay, wait, let's scrap the start.
I don't disagree. He's going to get to start games. I just think you're going to see a lot of different change up, like with Nurse. I think that's going to be established as his coaching style.
But wait, let's like scrap the starter thing, because I think sometimes that messes up the conversation. So 20 minutes a game is what he's averaging his first 2 years.
True.
So how many more minutes is he going to average? Yeah.
8 more minutes.
Whoa.
So that's significant.
Minutes.
Like Jonas never averaged 28 minutes a game ever as a Raptor or as a Grizzly.
Yeah, but Jonas is different.
Big men are
big men are different, right? I just think he's.
And Casey didn't like playing him.
Mm-hmm. It's true, and I feel like I think this is what people don't get about Nurse. Nurse likes his lineups and he tinkers, but he doesn't like put out big changes. Like his starting lineup when Kawhi was out and his starting lineup when Kawhi was in was generally the same. It was like the same nucleus. He was just kind of playing with like different substitution. And the Campbell playoffs, they started the same starting lineup throughout the entire playoff run.
Right.
But I mean, he uses that regular season, right? And I think the only core that you're going to go, like, I saw a quote with him where he's like, kind of like, yeah, for starters, like, and he said, like Kyle, Mark, and Pascal are the obvious ones. And then the other ones, he was like, then he rattled off like 5 other people. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. He was like, and then you got those guys too. And I think that's exactly what he's going to do.
I think so, but I feel like he's going to earn his. I think OJ is going to earn his stripes in training camp.
I hope
he's
so.
going to
be.
Really?
I think he's the 12. I said 16 points would be nice. I do think he's going to jump. He's going to jump significantly to like between the 12 and 14 range. But like last year, we didn't think Pascal was going to make this kind of a leap. Now I don't expect him to make the same type of leap, but he was. To quote you last year, on this path, OG was the guy who like was on this path when Pascal Siakam fell out of favor. It was OG that was like inserted in the starting lineup, and Pascal was coming off the bench.
Yeah, OG started against LeBron and did well.
Yes, so I feel like that leap, like we're going to see a little bit more defensive of that playoff run, and we're going to see like a leap offensively because he out of Indiana he was great. Like he was kind of a steal.
Yeah,
definitely a steal. No question that he was a steal for sure.
So I feel like that leap is coming. I feel like he's in the right environment. I think he's gonna be a firm starter. I feel like he's going to pay 28 to 30 minutes.
Do you think he's going to start slow though? I know I'm a bit of a pessimist, but I think he's going to be. It's going to be a slow start for him for like the first 10
I think
games.
offensively it's going to be a slow start.
Yeah. Like it's going to take him a while to get his elbows greasy again.
Yeah. I think it's going to be
greasy.
I think it's, I don't even know where Matt's head's at. But I think
I can imagine you need a greasy elbow to make that shot nice and smooth.
Our first game's close enough to Halloween. He's going to cosplay Blade. That's right. And basically it's going to rain blood.
Oh, wow.
In the ACC. And he's going to come in chopping heads off.
Wow.
We're gonna start,
Is that what you were saying?
Start like a hashtag or something to get a Blade night at the ACC.
Blade night would be sick. Like either dress like Blade or bring a blade.
Oh.
You know what I mean? However you want to celebrate.
I would just dress like Blade.
Dress like Blade.
Okay, let's do some NBA, shall we, fellas?
Yeah.
Yes. Good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Maddie, give me that NBA sting.
This is Adam Silver.
It's sad that I don't even react to that weird cue anymore.
Let's talk some
National Basketball Association.
Adam Silver walked by with a bike horn.
Bike
on it.
I say it sounds like a tugboat, but
I
Adam
do.
Silver's on a tugboat. He's of the people.
I can see him.
that.
Yeah, he's in like the Bay of Nova Scotia there in a little tugboat.
He's like, Canada, I got to get to know it. Can we put another franchise here? No? Okay. Well, we tried again.
okay, let's do this question I got as a little bit of a game. I want to see how far. That's right. Maybe it blows up right away, but I want to see how far like a consensus can take us. So, the Western Conference, it's obviously stacked this year. And everyone's talking about who's going to get home court and that sort of thing. But I want to see how far we can get on agreeing, the three of us, on which teams will not make the playoffs in the West.
Okay.
Love it.
So, Roger, why don't you start? We'll go Roger, Yaw, me. And Roger, you say a team that you think everyone's going to agree.
But here's the thing, though. Like, this is kind of like playing Jenga, and I always like going for like the most like.
Yeah, that's. I think that's the point.
I know.
I think that's the point.
On a Jenga.
No, but you know what?
For a challenging piece. Though.
Let's pretend
Look at you.
Let's pretend we're playing golf. Okay. I'm with you with the agenda, but don't start with your like Warriors aren't going to make the playoffs take.
Oh
no!
Start with your obvious ones. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm with you.
All right, well then fine. Like, okay, fine. You want to do it that way? All right. The Phoenix Suns are not making the playoffs.
We agree.
I like how Roger's like, fine, you want to do it that way? And then when he said it, it felt so good.
Yeah, it did. It felt good to me.
Okay, Phoenix, yeah. If you think Phoenix is going to make the playoffs,
no.
Get out of here. Yeah.
The Memphis Grizzlies are not making the playoffs.
Correct.
Ooh. Raj?
Okay, no, it's me.
Oh, yeah, no, God, no.
It's me now. And I actually think it already kind of is getting hard.
There's like two more teams that I'm like, I think it's obvious.
Yeah. I will say Oklahoma City.
That was one of them.
Yeah.
OKC's not making the playoffs.
Even though you look at OKC's roster and they're like a little bit. Wait, did Roger agree?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I did. But
I know.
You want to know the one I wanted to say first?
Wait, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Dallas Mavericks.
Whoa.
I agree.
You think they're?
I think they will for sure not make the playoffs. I've thought about it. I think Doncic and Porzingis. I think it's gonna be nice, but it's gonna be like 32 win nice.
Yeah.
That one's the hard one for me.
I would put legit money on that.
Yeah, can we? What's up? How confident are you in Dallas?
I'm not super confident, but it's like one of those bubble. But if you're gonna press me, you're like put 20 on it, I would say they missed the playoffs. So
okay, there you go.
There you
Woo! It's getting dicey.
That was the most dicey.
We're at
one.
5 teams,
but it's not my most obvious. Like I think there's one more obvious than them. The Timberwolves are not making the playoffs.
Yeah,
I also agree. The Timberwolves.
The Timberwolves are the like.
Wait, what did Roger say?
No, I agree, but I do think like Memphis and Phoenix are going to finish worse than them.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I think Memphis and Phoenix are going to finish worse than them. OKC was kind of obvious. Dallas is a bubble for me.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're press me, I'm going to say no. And Minnesota is not making playoffs.
So I want you to really agree with what I'm going to say. But you know what I mean? But there's only two teams that I'm looking at as like potentials for sure not going to make the playoffs, and I think they both really have a chance.
Wait, you say that they're going to make it or they're not?
They have potential to make a playoffs, but he's saying for sure they're not.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, I think this is where the game ends, but I'm going to say
You're going to say the Spurs, and I'm going to kill you.
It's hard. But, yeah, Matt's playing me out. Yeah, I'm going to say it. The Sacramento Kings for sure do not make the playoffs.
That's too bad. They're fun.
They are really fun, right? I know.
Yeah, but
the more I play their
what
roster
you're
out in my head, I'm like,
you know what it is? You know what it is? I
thought one of you was
this
just
is a
gonna
weird
outright disagree with me, right?
I'm not outright because I'm like they're my bubble team and they're like my close bubble team. I'm agreeing with you for only this reason. They don't have a winner on their roster. They don't have a player that has like won or been there.
Harrison Barnes.
Harrison Barnes. Come on.
You saw Matsiba? Come on, you saw Matsiba.
He's a champ.
He is a champ, but he's a champ like Hannibal Buress is an Emmy winner. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Hannibal Buress, take that.
I love Hannibal Buress. It's his joke.
Okay, so we've made it to 16. If Roger agrees.
If Iggy was on that team, like if somehow Iggy was on the Kings, for sure they're making playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I'm sure he wants to do. He wants to go from Memphis to Sacramento.
Imagine if he's just like, I demand you trade
me
to
Sacramento.
Wait, Roger. So do you think the Sacramento Kings are for sure not going to make the playoffs? Or did I just...
I don't think it's 100%. I'm skeptical, to be sure.
I'm skeptical.
Okay. Well, then I think that's the end of this game and this question. But who would be your next? Is it like the Pelicans or Spurs?
I think Spurs are going to make it. Spurs are going to be fine.
Pelicans would be my next one.
Yeah, I was debating between Pelicans and Kings.
But I you know what's throwing me off? JD Redick has that playoff streak. But
yeah,
and the Pelicans are kind of like the Raptors. They have like no bad
so
players.
Many people.
They have so many people. They don't have a glaring weak spot. They just don't have a high. They don't have that alpha player. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That kind of like takes over.
The West is going to be an endurance game too.
Freddie heard me going on and on about this the other day about how high I am on Drew Holiday and how much I love Drew Holiday.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Drew Holiday is.
We were yelling about basketball at a show, and I was saying I think the Rockets are going to win the championship. And on the walk home, I was like, wonder if I think that.
Do you feel like the Rockets are going to win? I don't think the Rockets are going to win.
Well, let me tell you, when I had a nice Ryan Ginger.
Oh, nice.
And we were talking ball. And Roger's like, Drew Holiday is amazing. And I'm like, Rockets are going to win the championship. But
that's not crazy, though.
It's
that's
not
a crazy thing to say.
It's not insane. Hold on. I don't think it's outwardly insane. But I just...
Like, where would you have them in the power rankings? Like...
The Rockets?
I would have the Rockets like no worse than fifth.
No worse than third.
They're
no worse than third.
And power rankings, no worse than third. Yeah. They're like the issue is winning the championship. I think they're going to finish number one in the West.
Yeah, I think their regular season's.
You think they're going to finish number one?
I think they're going to finish. The Rockets are going to finish number one in the West. That's not my issue. My issue is a playoff.
I think the Rockets, between the Rockets, the Denver, and the Jazz, to finish first in the West.
I think those are the top three. I think the Rockets are going to finish one. I think they're just going to eat up the bottom of the they're going to eat up the bottom of the league.
And OG's going to score 20 points. This guy.
First of all, I said 16. No, I said 16 puts the Raptors in a good position, but I said 12 to 14. No, I think they're going to finish I think they're going to finish first in the West. but I don't trust them in a lot of.
And then second round exit in the playoffs.
Yeah, I just don't like them. I just don't like them in a 7 game. Listen, my pick, even though it hurts me to say, my pick to make the finals in the West is the Lakers, because I don't see LeBron losing a 7. I don't see LeBron losing a 7 game series, and with a shortened roster, I don't see him losing. Like, I don't think they're gonna get the record they want. But like, you put them in the playoffs when the bench is shortened, and you take every other game off.
I don't know. There's too many good teams, 35. Man. I don't see it.
I hope this isn't too much of like a hedging take, but I feel like for both LA teams, I'm full on wait and see.
Yeah,
because we just got the Paul George November-ish thing.
That just hurts their.
Oh, it hurts everything.
It hurts everything. They needed. I think they need home court advantage against.
But I did hear. But like the thing I was seeing was there. I mean, this is obviously the optimistic take. I heard something where they were saying something about maybe him missing 6 games, or like at least.
It's not going to be that. It's double shoulder surgery.
Yeah, and I mean,
even if he misses 6 games, those 6, like, he comes back, it's going to be a rough go.
Wait. I wanted to talk some MVP stuff. So wait, let's. Are you guys down to talk some MVPs?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go
because we're on the tangent.
Pick 3 each. Yeah, who's your top 3 right now? And this is to win the MVP award. So I'd say, heavily factor in narrative.
Yeah.
But top 3?
Yes. Like Vegas betting odds. Not, I think this person's the best player in the world.
No.
Can't win the MVP.
No, it's narrative and it's media and stuff like that. Giannis, in order. Yeah. Giannis.
Okay.
Harden.
Okay.
LeBron.
Giannis, Harden, LeBron. Okay. I like that quite a bit. Roger?
Yeah, those are my 3, except I would switch Harden and Giannis as far as order.
So Harden's your number 1?
Harden's your number 1. That's what you're saying?
Harden my number 1, just because like last year, I think there's still a lot of people that have a sour taste in their mouth about the Giannis thing.
Oh, spicy.
And Harden has not let it go. Harden is obviously still bitter about it.
He's
Harden
bitter.
is like, I'm going to score 40.
The problem with Harden is he has Westbrook. That's the narrative. Where Giannis still doesn't have like that true all-star sidekick.
But if he's got Westbrook and he's still putting up crazy numbers again, like if he has anything even close to a run like that, which again, historic run.
Okay, wait, here's my 3, and this might help the conversation, because I'm actually feeling like I'm disrespecting Harden, but I had Giannis number 1,
okay,
Curry number 2, and LeBron number 3. But actually, if I'm being totally honest, in my head, I actually have Davis as number 3. Because I feel like LeBron takes 20 games off and Davis doesn't.
LeBron's a better story, though.
LeBron's a better.
Yeah,
you said
true.
narrative and story, and the narrative with him is going to be the fact he dropped his shots, and he's going to average like 11 assists, and that's what's going to get him the votes.
What about Embiid? Is it just like there's too many stars on that Philly team? Like, isn't he even? He's still the best star.
He's the best player on that team,
right?
And he's a star. I just don't think he's. You said top 3. I don't think think he's in the top 3 discussion.
I got what I asked for,
Yep. He's gonna be first team all NBA though. Embiid. He's gonna edge out Jokic. He's gonna just edge him out.
Wait, we didn't even talk about Jokic.
Nope, we did. I just did. That was it.
Oh wow! Yeah, my God.
I like. Listen, I like Jokic.
Roger, are you surprised at Yaw's lack of respect for Jokic?
Our beautiful bag of milk boy.
Yeah,
I love Jokic's game.
He's a bag of milk. What are you like about
that?
I
love his game. He
looks
like a bag of milk that's like always the beginning of a NyQuil commercial.
Oh my God,
that's a Canadian NyQuil commercial.
His picture when he was 13 though, like it's as if his yearbook picture was like, okay, someone literally cock back and punch me in the nose and then take a pic. because he looks like he's like has all these bruises around his eyes. He looks a bit sore.
Yeah,
a lot of the time.
Yeah.
No, I like Jokic. I like his game. Hey, listen, if they win the West, he will get first team.
Okay, we're talking narratives anyway, so this is a nice.
It is narratives.
Nice transition. Roger, let's go to you first. What is like what's your favorite like sleeper narrative of the year? Like maybe some people are talking about it, or maybe it hasn't even happened yet. But what's a narrative that you think is just going to be super fun or awesome or whatever?
Kawhi goes back to LA, and LA just keeps booing him wherever he goes.
Oh my God. Yeah, that would be, because no one would expect that. Like, he's a pretty likable guy. And LA is so ruthless. Like,
they're so mean.
They spray paint all over LeBron. Like, when LeBron first went to LA, they're like, Kobe's better. And everyone like the Lakers brass were like, Kobe is not better. But people were like, fuck LeBron. Like, it's the type of town you can't go to and be.
And like, again, why do we need them to have a good team? They don't deserve nice things.
I love that so much, Roger, because if it builds, that could be like he's in Malibu, and it's like it's his town too.
If everyone's just like, it's like in Being John Malkovich, where the guy just throws the can at him from the moving car. It's just like, hey, Kawhi, heads up.
Kawhi heads up. Yeah.
That being said, I don't want anything bad like that to happen to Kawhi. I love him so much, and I want nothing but his happiness. But that would just be so funny.
Listen, those guys won the title. And I think it's about whatever. They're not my pick of the West, clearly. Kawhi wins MVP again for the third team. He launches himself into a different conversation.
Oh, 100%. I mean, Roger, if you have another one, that's okay, but I think that's a pretty great sleeper narrative.
That is a sleeper narrative.
Yeah, do you have a sleeper narrative?
This like a narrative we're going to tell throughout the season. My favorite,
exactly like what Roger said, like because that's something that's already happened like two times.
You know what it is?
Yeah. Well, one happened to Paul George and one happened to Kawhi.
Oh yeah! Oh my God, that's so good because it's like they all chose to go there. Like that's
but it's because it's a Lakers town and that team needs to just move out of.
Well, and it's just this California thing, right? It's like, are you too northern or are you too southern in California? It's like, no, that's not really your neighborhood, or like, fuck you, you know?
Yeah.
My sleeper narrative is the Jimmy Butler revenge tour. I just wanted to see the most spiteful Jimmy Butler play throughout the season. The guy who was like, I should be first team All NBA, like the chip on his shoulder out of Miami is like what I think is a sleeper narrative.
I've said this before, but I think Jimmy is going to have the most explosive year. That is like one of the least remembered, most irrelevant years of a star. No, I'm serious. I think he's going to have like a fantastic year, and they're going to be like, Jimmy, you got your own team. You're incredible. That team, 7th in the East. That team, maybe one win in the playoffs. This year, be like your best year.
This is going to be like his Carmelo on the Knicks kind of thing?
Kind of. Oh, that's a perfect comparison. I think this is going to be...
I think he's going to be better than that, but still.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be...
I think Spo is awesome. So
I think Spo is awesome, but they haven't put like a decent team on court in like since Bosch had to retire. I think...
Yeah. I mean, like...
I think Jimmy Butler is like...
Goran Dragic, but he's just getting too old, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think Jimmy Butler is like the third best when it comes to those wing defenders that can play offense. Like it goes Kawhi, then Paul George, then a deep dip to Jimmy Butler. And he wants to be like in the same conversation as like Kawhi and Paul George. Mm-hmm. And I think that playoff loss is good. And like Philadelphia not like opening the bank for him. Like all that's going to play in. Like I want him to be like super petty. I can't wait to see all that petty come out. I can't wait for him to play Minnesota and just drop 50. Like it's like those are the games I'm gonna live for.
But he's trying to flip the script, man. At media day, he was saying like, you know, like I don't think I'm as big a jerk as everyone says I am.
Don't think.
I did. Yeah, that's amazing.
You know what? Personally, if like
he can't even confidently say I'm not a jerk. That's pretty funny.
I think. I would love to be friends with Jimmy Butler and like have him whisper in my ear. He's like, yeah, I fucking take that personally. And they have him like, I'm here for it. I'm just here for Jimmy Butler.
Well, I'll tell you, but did you watch his Hot Ones interview?
Oh, no, it's probably, he's so charming.
This is the thing. I was always like, especially after that, like how he left Minnesota, I was just like, man, fuck this guy. Like,
I wasn't like that.
I don't got time for it. But then I watched that interview and I was just begrudgingly the whole time being like, God damn, you're a charming son of a bitch.
Oh, no, he's like so handsome, so charming. But I mean, I think also at the same time, Sorry, what were you saying, Roger?
He is charming.
No, I'm just saying, like he's like all world charming.
But yeah, I feel like I was definitely on the record or on this pod as being pretty, you know, I don't want to say like on Towns and Wiggins' team, but I think he was, out of all the different equations of that problem, I think he was by far the largest, especially after demanding a trade from Chicago. And then in Philly, I thought it was pretty okay, to be honest.
Well, Philly,
I don't think there's much drama there. I think it was pretty good for Philly.
He knew he had to calm down at that point.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing. And I just like, first of all, when the Minnesota situation, the only reason why I was against, I wouldn't even say that in any way against Butler is because I'm a big Wiggins fan. And I think Wiggins still has room to grow, and I really want him to succeed, be the Canadian in me. But like him, like taking 4 scrubs and like beating the starters, I love that. Like I live for that. I think I did something like that in high school when I was playing ball. Like I'm like you not starting. Let's go. And like
I was on a team where I was a scrub, and it was really fun because it was just like a set vicious screens.
Yeah,
and I got a lot of O-reaps, and I never even tried to dribble because if the guy on my team was really good, if I ever dribbled, he was like, "What are you doing?" Yeah, and I like throw the ball at him. I was scared of him.
I haven't played the game enough, but I hope that in 2K you can unlock it and unlock that Jimmy Butler and the Scrubs game.
Oh, that would be good. And then just like a secret character of like Bill Lambier in the back. He's like smoking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, whoa, why is Bill Lambier here?
Like, you know, like double tap L2 to yell at the general manager that he needs you.
Oh, that would be. Yeah. And then you press R2, you pull out a phone, be like, call Rachel Nichols or your wife. And it's like Rachel Nichols.
But for the record, I just want to say this one on the podcast. Big Jimmy Butler fan. Wish he was on the Raptors.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. Only with this team. Like this team that works hard.
Yeah. This particular team would be kind of interesting actually because of scoring. Yeah. But any previous team, certainly not.
Certainly not. No.
The duration of his terrible contract, certainly not.
No.
Okay, my sleeper narrative. And I think I had some less fun narratives, but I changed mine after Rogers. Yeah, I did. I mean, I
appreciate your honesty.
I gotta be truthful here, guys. My sleeper narrative is that I think that this is the year that everyone's going to be like, oh man, you know, the Knicks have so many like good role players, like they're going to be all right. And it's going to be so profoundly bad, even for the Knicks, that finally James Dolan leaves. Wow. Then the whole narrative is going to be like, whoa, how much are the Knicks worth? What? $3 billion? And then you're going to have like an Elon Musk showing up. You're going to have presidents of countries. It's going to be, so my sleeper narrative is that New York is for sale.
Yeah.
That's
look at BlackBerry.
That's a pretty big one, Fred.
I mean, like
that's a big one, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, that team for even as a loser prints money. Even as
I know. Yeah, exactly.
Like I can't. This is a small shot. You said sleeper narratives.
I'm gonna throw. Also, it's like, do you watch Succession, Fred? Like these rich people live in a bubble. They don't know what is going on. He doesn't give a fuck.
I agree about that, but I think like someone from within is gonna force Dolan out. That's what I think.
I don't see
maybe not. I mean, maybe he's too protected by like a wall of like his like band members playing kazoos or something. But like,
wait, did you listen to the Sterling Report series?
I've only listened to Ramona Shelburne talk about it. Actually,
it's really, really good, and it's definitely worth listening to. But like, even just the audio and the interviews they have with Sterling around that time, and just how deluded he is that he can just keep owning the team and nothing too big has happened. Like that he thinks he can get out of it. Like these people, they're so out of touch with reality.
Right.
Yes.
Wait, just to lighten it a little bit. How about these two? What's a more fun sleeper narrative? When do who gets in a fist fight first? Jared Allen and DeAndre Jordan, or Robin Lopez and Brooke Lopez? They're both going to and they're both actually battling for minutes. That I think Robin at some point is gonna be like, guess what? I'm better than Brooke. Always have been. You know what I mean?
I could see Brooke and Robin tag team beating up a series of mascots.
Oh,
They are,
definitely.
yeah.
And then it goes too far. It's like, oh my God, King
Yeah.
Cake Baby actually got like smashed.
Yep. I think they're just going to perform, like, at one point of the season, the Lopez brothers are going to perform the Doomsday Device, Legion of Doom's finishing move on some poor mascot.
That is such a great name for a wrestling move. The Doomsday Device.
Yeah.
Like, you nerd for making that up. Mine's a device. Sorry.
Oh no, Robin DDT'd Slamson, and now he's just having a seizure on the ground.
Slamson.
Slamson.
Wait, who's Slamson again?
He's the Sacramento Lion.
Oh, the names are so good. Like,
Oh, I love 'em.
Stuff. Stuff is the best name, or the Orlando guy.
That's that.
His name's Stuff. His name is Stuff. I mean, I'm sorry, that is too good. Okay, we're almost at the end here. Can we do some quickish questions?
Let's hear it.
Okay, let's do it. Maddie, would you hit me that quickish questions sting?
Quickish Questions.
Okay, let's do it. You both know what's up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just got a couple quick questions.
Okay.
Don't you dare phone a friend.
Don't phone a friend.
I'll read these best I can. A couple of them are fun, so I might get you to both do them. Let's go. Yaw, Roger, Matt.
Okay.
Yaw, top 5 players in the league right now in order. This isn't a narrative question.
The top 5
Top
talent.
5 in order. Go.
Giannis, Harden, Curry, LeBron. Kawhi, LeBron.
Okay, Roger.
Oh, me, hey.
That's right.
I'm gonna go. Are we counting Durant because he's like so hurt?
It's up to you. If you think when he returns, he's one of the best.
Oh, so it has to be based on when he returns.
Yeah. Durant's a tough one because, let's say right now, could suit up.
Like
Shit,
before he went
I want
out.
to change my order now.
Let's say in the 2019 season, but it's not like award based.
You're just saying these are the best players. This is what you would argue at a bar, and which is why I want to change my answer.
So no Clay, no Durant.
No Clay, no Durant. Okay. Then I would probably go Harden, LeBron, Giannis, Kawhi. You had said Steph Curry, which is a pretty good answer.
My answer is the best, except I still want to change them.
Wow.
But maybe instead I will say... Maybe I'll say Paul George.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Okay, Matt, who's your top 5 in the world?
Top 5 in the world.
That's right.
I'm going to say Giannis 1.
Okay.
I'm going to say Kawhi Leonard 2.
Cheers.
I'm going to say James Harden 3.
Wow.
I'm going to say 4. I'm going to say LeBron 4.
Holy.
And 5, I'm going to say Steph Curry.
Okay, I like it. All right, let's keep this train moving. Yaw.
Word.
I don't know if I'll explain it to you if you don't get the question, but what is the rage that exists inside 3D? So let me explain that. So Dennis Scott, nicknamed 3D, he kind of slighted the Raptors pretty hard. But then someone in the group we're in posted a video of him having a full meltdown at a basketball camp.
Dennis Scott.
Yes.
So the former Orlando Magic. Dennis
That's
Scott.
right. So the question is, what rage is Dennis Scott, aka 3D, harboring?
Oh,
Take a guess.
he is upset because he feels like in this 3-point shooting era, he could finally be a significant player, and everyone has told him that, and he is dying because he was like, I was 3-and-D before 3-and-D.
I like it. Time-based FOMO. Aging
Time-based.
sucks, 3D.
Yeah.
Okay, Raj.
Try to be ahead of your time.
Raj, who is your Raptors starting five?
As of right now, okay. Yeah, so obviously Pascal, Gasol, Lowry. I'll go OG for now.
Okay.
And then what? Who do we have at shooting guard?
Matt Thomas, got to be, right?
Matt.
Shay?
Who do you even put out there?
I mean,
I think it's
you got
pretty
Norm, you got Fred, you got Rondé.
Like, it would be very interesting to see them try to start a Kyle Fred tandem. That's a small backcourt though.
It's definitely the best shooting you have, but yeah.
And then also, but you want to be able to stagger Fred a little bit. So yeah, but they'll give Fred minutes. They'll stagger him. So yeah, I'll go with that 5.
Okay, I like it. All right, last question, Matt. It's for you.
Oh dear.
I don't really understand this question.
Oh, good.
So just take it whichever way you want.
Oh dear.
Will Jeremy Lin be the first to get their ring?
Will Jeremy Lin be the first? He's in China now, so are they ahead in time?
That was my guess about what the question was.
Like they all
I thought
everyone
it
gets
was
the
an
ring at the
elaborate,
same
like-
time, but based on time code, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like he's going to be airmailed it for he'll get it like 14 hours before everyone else.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that work for everybody?
Yeah, that's a pretty good answer.
You'll post it on social.
Okay, that's it for the pod, everybody.
Yeah.
Roger, you're always doing cool shit.
Yeah.
We'll plug your stuff, but what's something that's coming up that you would like people to check out?
I'm not sure. There's usually some kind of shows coming up, but definitely if you like comedy, if you like listening to audio comedy, like you like listening to podcasts, me and my group Tony Ho, which I have with Freddie's esteemed brother Miguel Rivas from the Beaverton. We have a comedy group called Tony Ho, and we had an album come out called Residuals.
Residuals, baby.
Residuals. Yeah. Listen to it. Loved it.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it's a sketch comedy album. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, all that stuff. So, and YouTube, you can find it there. So give that a listen.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Check out some Residuals. Serious. I was going to say port Canadian comedy. Support. Wow, I really dropped a whole part of that word.
You brought the sub.
Port wine Canadian comedy.
It's an after dinner.
What's up, dude?
Aperitif.
What are you doing?
Let's see. There's a few things I'm doing. I'm doing some improv this month.
Nice.
Quite a bit all over the place. A comedy bar and Social Capital, to be very specific. I'm doing the show called Duo O.
So what day is that? Where is that?
That is on Thursday. I don't know when this podcast goes.
That's this podcast
Tomorrow
can be
morning,
coming up,
live
tomorrow
at 5.
morning.
live at 5, October 2nd. So this can be October 3rd.
October 3rd. Cool. You'll listen to this podcast tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight, I am at Comedy Bar doing Don't Break the Chain, where I wrote a new stand-up set this week, an hour a day, every day.
Nice.
Whoa.
And I'm hosting it, so the culmination is this week, so you see me on stage a lot. Then tomorrow, I'm at Social Capital Theater doing Duo O with my improv partner, and our group is called Not Best Friends. We're not best friends, but we're not best friends.
Whoa. Guess what? That's pretty sexy.
Yeah. And then at the end of the month, because I don't know when I'll be back next, it's so sad. October 23rd, my monthly returns. I'm doing Double Down at Comedy Bar. And this month we're doing music. It's all music stand-up, with the exception of me. So we have music comedy coming in, which is going to be very exciting. It's the first time.
Nice. Well, God damn it. That's beautiful. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this podcast. Matt's married.
Yeah, you're married.
I'm married. We're going to do it again every year.
Yeah, every year. Oh, God.
The Patreon, it's going to be coming out. Check out all the different tiers.
Maybe we'll launch it with the start of season 7. Maybe we'll do that.
We might.
Yeah, we might do that.
That's right.
Yeah, which we got 2 more episodes in the off season, and then we're going to start up our 7th season.
Woo.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But keep spreading the word. Rate us on iTunes.
Yeah.
The podcast has been growing steadily.
Yeah.
And we really, really appreciate it. So, thanks for the support. Thank you.
Can anyone
Bye.
speak basketball?
There it is.
It's the Confederacy of Dunks Basketball Podcast.